I'm Mark Hernandez, and I had prostate cancer.
I'm Mark's wife, Nancy, and I'm a nurse here at Loma Linda University Medical Center.
I thought I might have a mild hernia. Maybe it was an ulcer of some sort, so my wife and I started getting tested.
Eventually we progressed and he wound up having a blood test, and his PSA came back slightly elevated, not abnormally so, but higher than it should have been for his age. So we were referred to Dr. Ruckel as our urologist. Mark's father had had prostate cancer, so he suggested a biopsy of the prostate, which actually came back positive for prostate cancer.
Throughout the entire process when I was getting tested, and Dr. Ruckel would always tell me, you know, the odds of you having it at your age and your health are really minimal. So the entire process, I never wrapped my head around the fact that I really even could have cancer.
When Mark was first diagnosed, I was scared to death. Being a nurse and working in a hospital, when you hear the word cancer, it's the scariest word I think I can imagine hearing. And when it was happening to the person I love most in the whole world, it was absolutely terrifying.
Radiation seeds was one of the options. Radiation.
Watchful waiting was actually an option, where you just sort of sit around and have your PSA done a lot and have more biopsies. We weren't incredibly comfortable with just waiting around to see what happened.
We first heard about robotic surgery from Dr. Ruckel. That was one of the options that he mentioned to us right away. Between him and Nancy, I always felt like I was in really safe hands throughout the whole process.
He was so thorough and so professional, and took the time that some physicians don't always take with you to answer every question. I would come in with articles I'd pulled out of journals, and what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And he took time and went through every single one of them, and in great detail told us everything that the Da Vinci robot could do, what we could expect. Granted, there's always variables, but we felt well prepared. And I think if you can have an experience where you feel well prepared and you know what to expect, that you're a little bit more at ease as you begin the process. So we're grateful that he was able to offer us that.
My number one concern was probably erectile dysfunction and how I was going to be able to function afterwards, being only 45 years old. Dr. Ruckel explained that by using the robotic surgery, I'd be able to get pretty close to full function back with the nerve-sparing way that they did the operation. It's a little bit of a struggle. There was a recovery program, there was a rehab program, there was a Viagra program, and all of it in combination with the robotic surgery was, I think, very successful, and I'm very pleased with the outcome.
I think that having to take this journey together can push you in two directions. It can either pull you apart or it can push you closer together. And I think when you face something as scary as cancer together, and you can really cling to one another and walk your way through it as a team, I think it can only bring you closer together.
Without Nancy, I could have never done this on my own. I needed her strength, her knowledge, obviously being in the medical profession, but more than anything, just her support. Most men who are in their 40s or in their 50s are well accomplished, and they have a tendency to keep everything inside and not want to show weakness, but it's the scariest thing you'll ever have to go through. And it's so important to have a wife next to you who's supportive and who loves you and is there every step of the way.